It's almost 9 o'clock. But anyways, it rained for most of the day. Now it's just stars are out. That's awesome. But anyways, I wasn't gonna make a video today, but I might just come out and make something, right? Okay. And I know eventually I'm gonna hit a brick wall one of these days where I can't go on. You know what I mean? But anyways, let's keep going and going and going until we hit that brick wall. So anyways, I got some maps. I'll put this one up first. I was gonna talk about photography. Like I kind of started like 2008, like just taking pictures of my iPhone at work and stuff, and I got this old Fujifilm, but really, it was a bridge camera, like you can't take off the lens, and but anyways, I fiddled with that for a few months, and then I raised money. They called it the Muddy Jug, and I walked around reserve, raised money, and people donated money and bought me a camera. It's like what Randy did with this, got me this camera. He raised money and got me this camera. And but anyways, I was I got a Canon T3. That's what I got at that time, and it was awesome. That way I could take pictures of the Northern Lights and that, eh? And I really liked long exposures pictures. I was trying to get into at the time, and like the Northern Lights. Like you grab your camera. You grab your camera. The first thing I did was I didn't have a infinite lens on my camera, right? And I had to set it by manually, and I look for a brightest star, right? And then when I find it, I focus on it, manual focus on it, and it takes a lot of practice trying to get it crisp, right? Like a nice star, right? And then once you do that, you don't touch because it's a manual, right? Or you have to do that whole step all over again, where you look for the brightest star and then you focus and then you take a picture to see how it looks, eh? Or else you'll be taking about 20 pictures of the Northern Lights, and then you'll look at it later and then you see your stars are all blurry and all that. So just take your test shot now, and then so anyways, I put my my aperture and my f-stop to the smallest, right? Smallest number. The smallest number is wide open, eh? Your aperture. It's like your eyeball, right? It's wide open, and the higher f-stop it gets smaller, right? Like f22 is small, but you want the light, eh? Wide open, so you get a lot of light. And then I usually start with 8 seconds. The picture, and that ballpark from there. Because any more, like 10, 15 seconds, your star will look oval, like it's you're already making star trails, they call it, and they'll look oval and they'll look ugly. So I usually start off with 8 seconds and then take my test shot. Oh, and my ISO maybe around 1200. Try it at the start, and just you could adjust from there, because your Northern Lights could be just cruising fast or slow, could be high or low. Just adjust from there. So yeah, and like I don't walk around and just go full manual. I walk around. I take full auto pictures, and I only take my go manual is when I do long exposure, right? And my AV on there is aperture priority, is where you pick your f-stop and then the camera picks the rest. And I don't usually use that, just usually manual, And I usually use full auto most of the time, just to be honest. And what else? Oh, and my TV, it says TV on there. That's your shutter priority. I always put it on there too, like when I'm walking around and I see a bird fly by, and I usually have it on shutter priority, and I put it cranked up really high to maybe 200 or so, and that way you're picking your shutter speed and your camera's doing the rest on TV, right, on your camera. And like hand games, those thumbs are really going, eh? And you gotta crank it up high, your shutter priority, so you can get that, instead of that blur. And sometimes like in a concert or something, the lights are dim and all that stuff, and 1/60th of a second of a shutter speed is what I use. I determine from there, 1/60th and lower, you need a tripod. So what I do at a concert or something, I put it in shutter priority, and I put it on 1/60th of a second, and then I take my pictures without a tripod. Okay? So anyways, I don't, go manual all the time, so that's what I do. So anyways, this is the reserve picture. Remember? Res trapping. Yeah. Oh, by the way, when I was doing long exposure pictures back in the day, I did some, steel wool photography, you call it. I got an egg beater, egg beater, yeah, and or whisk, you call it, and then a whole bunch of steel wool, and then I stuffed it in that egg beater, and then your egg beater's right there, right, and then your steel wool's in there, and then I tie a string on it, and then I set my my timer and all that stuff, and I usually put on self-timer and then about 4 or 5 pictures, right? And then I light my steel wool and I just, and then my pictures will take 5 pictures, and then I look at it, it looks real cool. Here's one picture I took at Sickley Bridge. It's right here. Yeah, that steel wool, pretty cool, eh? And even sparklers, you could try those too for long exposure too. Here's one. On my bicycle, and I think Uncle G's car, right here. And here's some Northern Lights pictures. Okay? Okay. Awesome, eh? So don't get too discouraged, because it's all practice, eh, when you go out and take pictures. And what software I use is Lightroom 5, the classic one, because that's what I got used to. Okay? Okay, here's where remember I made res trapping? Well, I'll leave my house, and then we'll go to the ridge, and then we'll walk the old horse trail through here where I caught all the martins, and I walk this way. Oh, wanna come closer? Come. Can you see now? But anyways, this is where I caught those martins, okay? Here's a couple pictures. And this is where that hill is. Remember, we just about made it, and then we spun out. But anyways, this is where I cooked that chicken. Remember that bush chicken? Right here. Here's a little video. Okay. And where else? Remember right here? This is where do you see? This is where I was fishing those chubs. Remember we were setting night line? Here's me catching a chub. Awesome. I caught fish number 2. Awesome. So we got 2 fish we could set night lines with. So that's awesome. Okay. And remember I was calling moose right here? And then I turned the camera around and there's the bear over here. I still think that was that grizzly bear. But anyways, here's that picture of video. You still see it. It's in the middle of the screen. Way down there on the other side. Something big. But it's not a moose. I was asked to do a couple of cow calls, mix it up with a bull call, okay? Said the young bulls are moving, so I'll give it a shot. What was that? Lonely cow call. Ah! 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 Okay. Right here is where we seen that wolf, remember? I was walking right here. Ah. Sad. Big black wolf. We can't go over. My lips are frozen. My lips are frozen. That's a big wolf. Awesome. We'll watch him for a while. What else? Oh, right here. This is where I caught that wolverine. Or just wait. Remember, we went down here, and then we were walking, and then that wolverine was in the tree. Remember? Oh, it's right here. Right here's that video. I heard some growling. There's a wolverine in the trees there. I'm gonna get him, okay? Okay. I didn't want to get him in the head. I tried to get him in the chest. But I'll give him about 5 minutes, and then I'll go follow him. Okay. Okay. One wolverine, I hope. One time, me and my grandpa, that's before we had a skidoo, and we walked across the lake with snowshoes, and then we took the bush from there. I guess he knew the old trail from when he was younger. And we're finding these small zero traps. But anyways, we walked through this trail, and then I was picking up the zero traps for myself, and then we came out in the opening, and it was a old creek. And then the first creek we're walking in snowshoes, I was just small little snowshoes behind them. And then all of a sudden a link popped up, and he called like a rabbit, and that link stopped, and then got him one shot. Gee, I hope I got him, because I should have just shot him in the head. Give him another 3 more minutes, and then we'll go track him. Okay. But then, remember over here, this is where we caught that wolverine. Right there. Here's the picture. Cool, eh? Holy. We had to walk that way. Remember, we walked all the way back up to the res. Yeah. So anyways, this is where we did res trapping, and we call moose, and what else we did? We hunt chicken. Oh, right here is where we cleared out, remember? By the little lake. That's where we cooked that rabbit, right there. Awesome, awesome. And we caught lots of rabbits around here too, eh? So anyways, well, I'll finish stapling this up. Like so. Okay, I'll finish this, and then you help me put the other map, okay? Okay. Grandpa's trapline map. Awesome. Okay. Want to come a little bit closer? Back in the day, going to the cabin, me and my grandpa and grandma would go to the cabin, and as soon as we hit the border, my grandpa would be saying, link track, at every track, because it was $800, right? Link. And but anyways, we'll have all these traps and snares set all the way to the cabin, and then we'll take it all the way. As soon as we get to there, we'll start making a fire and all that stuff. Then we'll go down Mike's old trail, remember? This way? But we ended right there, somewhere around there, right? But anyways, back in the day, we used to go straight down, and then we call this the airstrip. And then we'll go this way, and we'll go back to the road. And from there, we'll go back to the cabin. Now that's one loop, eh? And then our second loop, the next day, usually, we'll go Mike's old trail, but instead of going to the end, we'll go this way. We'll go towards the Twin Lakes trail. There's timber right here, and then from here, we'll pass the road. There's always good link right here. I always catch a link. But this is where I got stuck right here. Is when my eland broke down, and I waited like 3 hours before Grandpa come and save me. But by that time, I had a fire and everything going, eh? And but anyways, me and Grandpa will usually go this way, and we don't go across this lake, but he'll wait for me there. And then I'll go fly to the timber over here, and then we'll have some sets there, right, for Link and Martin. And then I'll zoom back, and then we'll go to this other lake, and then we'll zoom across. But eventually we'll come all the way up this way. And then pop out about 86 kilometer on the road, and then go in, and then this is, remember I call this Grandpa's old trail? And then we'll come down. And then that's a loop. We'll come back to the road and go back to the cabin. So that's the Twin Lake loop right there. Okay? So what I opened is this Mike's Old Trail, where I caught some mink and wolverines. Here's a couple videos. Well, after I'm gonna go track that wolverine. It was a wolverine. It tore up my snare pretty good. I followed it a little ways, but I thought I'll check these before I go follow a little bit more. So anyways, I'm at the other snare down here. And there's no snare. So let's go look around. I hope it's not another wolverine. Cause remember, I don't got that much snares. Gotta be very careful. Oh, you know what I caught? A rabbit. I thought it was a link. But maybe next one. Peace. Well, I came back to track that wolverine. And he was laying down here and there. And there he is. Awesome. One link, one mink, and one wolverine. Okay, I'll take him to the road and I'll show you the fur. Peace. Well, I'm on the second snare, Mike's Old Trail, where I caught that wolverine and link. And there's no snare. Let's go look. Oh, I see a link. It's right there. Well, here's my link number 7 of the season. Starting to look very awesome. Starting to get white. Look at that, all white. Awesome link. I hope there's more down there. So, see you down there. And Grandpa's Old Trail, I caught, even this little area I caught lots, right? And here's a couple videos of me catching fur on Grandpa's Old Trail. Well, we're at the third link snare trail set and still no link. Well, I caught something in my 330. Guess what it is? Yep, a weasel. Okay, I'll take him out and I'll show you the fur. Okay. got my sleigh. I got 2 links. Cool, eh? So anyways, there was another trail we had. We call this Across the Lake Trail. We went right across, right? And then we'll go up this way. But we'll just wait. Remember that time I told you me and Grandpa went across and I was a little kid and we were catching these picking up these zero traps? And eventually we went to this creek here with all these beaver ponds. And he shot that link right there when they're on snowshoes. Yeah, cool. But anyways, we'll go across this way, we'll go across the lake, and we'll hit this, and then we'll go down this way. Yeah. There's one picture of me, I think if I could find it, it's right here. Long time ago, where I was by a beaver house. And then we'll go this way and eventually come back and then come right across the lake again. And then we'll set some beaver traps, sets over here and all along 4 pits. Awesome, eh? And where else? One time way over here, me and my friend Dalbert Tataya, we were 15. And he had his dad's boat, and then we stayed at his dad's cabin down here, and then we went up this way with the boat to where my grandpa was born at Nelson Forks, and we checked out over there, and the only thing we seen was an old foundation of the Hudson Bay. That's all we seen, and but I think that Hudson Bay is in the yard now, but I'm not sure, but it was there, but anyways, we kept going. But we hit that leer and we're just kids, eh? So it was just too scary for us kids. So we just turned around and we went back to his dad's cabin, spent the night, and then we went back home. And eventually, I like to mark my territory over here. Before I get too old. But a guy's got to be a millionaire or something because. Like guys afford the gas to go over here every to go check. It was tough for me to go over here to check my traps sometimes. Just fuel alone was crazy. Like if I won the lottery, yeah, I'll be right there every day. I'll be both sides and over here res trapping. But anyways. Eventually, we'll get there. I heard a story too. My grandpa used to go up this creek, Tapline Creek, in the spring with his little red kicker. Eventually, he'll get to the lake. Holy, eh? And he said right here, there's a creek where he saw his brother learn how to walk, his brother Jackie. There's 2 trees there, and they tied a pole across, and then little Jackie will learn how to walk on that pole, Things like that would be nice to... And there's that campsite I like to get to, this right here too. There's one right here, and there's one over here somewhere. There's a whole campsite. But Willie Detaya, I was telling him about this campsite. He said he knows where it is, but the last time he seen it, there was an old beaver dam, and it drained out after a while. But when it was flooded, it flooded out that whole campsite, and then it just fell down, and he said that it's still there, but it's just rotting, and he doesn't know if it's there now because how much it rotted there. The old campsite here. So anyways, thanks for helping me with these 2 maps. And this is peace. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Okay. Oh, it must be like 11 now, so I'll probably finish editing this probably around 2, so good night, you.